everyone, how's it going? Wow, this is the first time someone has been going into my lane. I'm trying to get into the lane to go to college. Sorry, I'll stop distracting myself. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. I'm making another one of these. I started thinking about something that I feel like I've realized over the years, but never actually got the chance to immortalize it in a video or a text post or whatever. But I feel like it'd be a lot easier if I just say it out loud and just record it and just post it somewhere. But I'm in the last semester of my time here at the community college. That doesn't mean my education is over. It just means that I'll probably be done here unless I find some other classes to take, in which case I don't think there is. I'm going to have to talk to a counselor about that. But regardless, I've been thinking a lot about school and how ever since I turned, 5 or 6, I've gone to school. And I'm like 22 now, and it's like literally taken up my entire life. I went to, I went to preschool, and then I went to kindergarten, and went to, and ever since then, it's just been school every single year. It's just like going to school in one way, shape, or form. Ever since I went to college, school's kind of been a loose term. It's kind of just been something to do, honestly. And I started thinking about that, like, the feeling of going to school is a little weird for me, because I walked in and I was kind of mildly dreading it, and the more the class period went on, the more I started like dreading it, because I was like, why does my hair look like that? Anyway, the more I started thinking about it, the more I was like, am I really gonna do this again for a whole nother year or semester rather? It's not something that I was looking forward to. But then I thought about it, and I was like, well, what else would I be doing? Because I remember thinking, like, all summer, I wasn't really doing much of anything, And my friends don't go to school. They're all grown-ups. Some of them are, or some of them did, actually, when I was still in school, and a lot of them either graduated or stopped school or just graduated, or just, like, I already said that, or just stopped, basically, like, one or the other. But the point is, I don't know anyone that goes to school anymore. And it's weird for me, because over the summer, everyone's like, oh, go have fun with your friends. And, we did that a couple times. But, we rarely saw each other just because you grow up and you have work and responsibilities and shit like that. I have a friend that's coming back from school just for a few weeks from the summer, and, she works all the time, and she's, her family obviously wants to see her, and I'm like, I'm not going to take that away from her. I don't know her all that well, but I wanted to hang out with her. But, I understand that she has responsibilities, and I'm like, what else would I be doing if I didn't go to school now, But just coming back here on my first day back for this semester, probably my last semester, and I'm like thinking, like, what would I be doing without school? I don't dislike school. I feel like yesterday I took the day off, kind of as a mental state. On Monday, I went out with a friend of mine. We went to dinner and we watched a movie, and then the very next day, holy shit, it's 102 degrees. Sorry. I don't think that's accurate. Yesterday, Tuesday, I was supposed to go to work, and I just didn't, and I just kind of took the day and just did a few errands, but mostly just sat around. The day kind of just slipped me by. I didn't even realize how late it was. It was like 5 p.m. and the sun was still out, and I was like, I hate the sun. I guess going to school today, I'm thinking, I was like, what else would I be doing today? I already took the day off yesterday. It would just feel weird. I feel like too many days off, and I feel a bit, everyone needs a day off. If you're one of those people that work all the time and you're used to it, that's fine. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. But grant yourself the time to, like, sit back and enjoy something. Like, do something that you enjoy. If you enjoy going to work, then that's fine. But if you're stressed out 100% of the time, you need to slow the fuck down, maybe, and think about maybe doing something that's just for you and not for you in the future, or just like you or like anyone else around you. I mean, when I say do something for you, I mean do something for you now. Like go shopping or whatever. Just give yourself a little bit of a break. But I thought about it, like, what did school actually provide me other than an education? And the conclusion that I've come up with is structure. You go to school like a majority of your life, and then you graduate, and a lot of people are like, now what? A lot of people aren't introduced into the world where after you graduate, you use that piece of paper that tells you you graduated to do something else. And granted, there's not really a lot of places. I mean, like, this whole country glorifies graduation, and then they don't do anything for graduates. Like, you could get a degree in whatever, this or that, and then you go out into the world. Like, what does that degree actually grant you? You still have to go out there and do something, and they still prioritize people that network themselves into positions rather than people who actually go out there and get the degrees. As an example, I know someone who works at this field that I don't think they have any sort of experience at. They just kind of learned as they were going through it, and they're really, really good at it. And they got a job at this place, but not to say that person didn't earn it, because obviously their job speaks for themselves. But at the same time, what does that say about people who actually go out there, take the time, get the degree, and go into this field, and only to be met with someone who had no experience in whatsoever on anything, but still managed to pull it off and get a job anyway? What does that say? What's the point? Like, I feel like at the time, school is just there just for us to provide structure. Honestly, I think that's the most that a school will provide you. It's just something to do. As cynical as that sounds, it's just something to do. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because school helps you socialize. School helps you get out and like actually have to talk to people and like converse. Like, that's fine. But I feel like that's what school is just for. It's just to provide you with something to do. And like, it's kind of a weird realization to come to during my last semester. Like, I'm almost done, and my first thought is just, now what? Granted, I have tried to go out there and network myself and try to understand more about the field that I'm trying to get into. But if I hadn't do that, if I don't have that sort of agency, or if I just was like thrust into it, where like adults keep telling me that I need to go to college, so I'm going to go to college, and then I never really had a plan. It takes me back to the very first semester that I went to college, and a bunch of people that I knew from high school went straight to university, and a lot of them were like, this university is making me pick a major, but I don't know what I'm doing. I was just taking general ed classes, and everyone's just like, well, you should have figured it out. But at the same time, I'm like, well, maybe they shouldn't have yelled at them to go into university if they had no idea what they were doing in the first place. What's the point in pushing someone to go somewhere where they're not ready, only for them to be disappointed that at the end of it, like, I mean, there's the people who go into a university and figure it out as they go, right? I do know. So I will give you the comfort of knowing that a bunch of the people that I knew, sorry, there's like stuff on the ground. A bunch of the people that I knew that were worried about what they were gonna do in the future, because or what their majors were gonna be, because they didn't have an idea of what it was, eventually did find something to do, and a lot of them are very, very successful now. But at the same time, isn't it a lot of pressure to put on someone to just decide what they want to do for the rest of their lives? Not to say that that's not something that they're going to want to do forever, but maybe these things that they got into now are just like kind of knee-jerk reactions as a result of being pushed out into the ether. Just go out there. Like, you're done with high school, figure it out. And just find something that you're mildly interested in, or maybe find something that makes a lot of money, or just, find something that you'll be comfortable with doing for like the next few years. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. It's just like, you know, like, are you gonna be okay with doing this for like the next 30 to 40 years? Then do it, you know. And I think that's sad, because a lot of times people will stress out and figure out that, you know, they're there in like college or whatever, and like a lot of people are like take college seriously, like, and that's true. I'm not saying like goof off, but I'm saying that a lot of times people go to college and they just have the worst times of their life. People go back and be like, I hated college. I'm like, you shouldn't. I feel like you should treat every human experience with a bit of optimism to it. You know, just like be happy in what you're doing. Because if you're not, then what's the point? If you're not having fun doing something, then figure out what it is that you're not having fun with, or figure out something that's making you unhappy and try to correct it. If it's something that you can, you know, correct. If it's like, you know, like, oh, like my foot hurts because there's something on top of it. Well, don't just stand there and let the thing sit on top of your foot. Do something about it, like move your foot or like lift it or whatever, you know. And I feel like a lot of times people that went into universities and stuff like that and had no idea what they were doing, kind of just stuck there with the thing on their foot and just kind of left it there and tried to do a bunch of other things, and they just ended up cutting their legs off. And like, they got their foot free, sure, they're walking around, but you know, like, kind of left something behind there. I don't know, that analogy got lost there, but I'm sure that it means something to someone, so I'm just gonna leave it. Anyway, I am gonna go rewrite my notes because it was awful. And my new backpack. For my new backpack, I bought a bunch of stuff today, and this is what I did yesterday. I got my new backpack. It's Kingdom Hearts, of course. And I'm like, it's kind of gaudy. It's kind of like, it's a bit much, but at the same time, it's like, it's very simple and clean. And I'm just like, I like it. It's got lots of buttons on it. But that's it. I'm gonna go rewrite my notes and wait for my class, which doesn't start for another hour. That's it. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.